Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Everyday EDC. My name is Tyler and today I'm going to be going over some of my most used knives in just recent past. Now, I did do a 30-day challenge with the crkt Huron. That was interesting, right? So we're going to exclude those 30 days and I'm going to go back approximately from the last week and a half all the way maybe a month and a half to 2 months ago as far as the knives that I am choosing to grab. Now, I don't even have this really lined up, so that sucks. I should probably have figured that out a little bit better. But these are the knives that I choose to grab. I don't know how frequently I'm carrying these over other knives, but I can tell you that whenever I reach into my, collection box or that drop box that some of us got lucky enough to pick up with that glass overlay with there's, whatever. These are the knives that I'm reaching for. I'm just gonna go with this. I didn't really plan this out as far as which knives I'm choosing. These are all knives that I know. I know in my heart that these are the ones that I'm reaching for. Unfortunately, this was a forced reach after a while. So the first knife, and this is probably the most reached for knife that I currently own, is my Benchmade Bugout. Now you guys might be saying, you traitor, another Bugout fan, blah, 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 blah. I don't give a shit. This is a knife that I reach for the most. Once I threw these titanium scales on there, I got a 20 CV blade on this bad boy. You don't get much better for EDC use than the Bugout. This is a great everyday knife. This is a great knife that, I even did some, the tip came chipped and I kind of rounded off here. You guys will only be able to see it if you compare it with your knives. I thought I did a pretty damn good job of trying to make that pretty uniform going on down. And so, this thing is fidgety, it's thin, it's slicey, and it goes in your pocket. And even with the titanium scales, you forget that it exists. For that reason, this is probably my number one or in the top three most reached for knives in my collection. While we're on the topic and I'm grabbing another knife, the unfortunate part is that I lent out my Wii Esprit to my brother-in-law and he still has it. That would have made the list. The Wii Esprit is still on my top reach for knives. I still think the Wii Esprit is the king of the hill to start off with. And we are still doing the king of the hill. I just haven't pulled the trigger on what route I want to go with it yet. So that giveaway is still in existence. Everything's still there. I just haven't pulled the trigger. But my next reach for knife to use, not to just come home and flip, is this knife. And this knife is probably for the same reasons as the Bugout, and it is so good. That is my QSP Penguin in titanium. The lock bar is so light, so this thing is just a dream to fidget with. And did we ever talk about QSP's action? I know we did. But just to bring it up, where are we at here? Here is the QSP Pelican. Action, pretty damn good, and this has been sitting in the box a while. It needs some work. Oh, did we mention the QSP Legatus? Oh, that thing's awesome. Oh, wait, there's more. Is there? Because I can't reach it. Ugh. The EMP Knives Nimble. So good. And I know I'm just talking about action with this, but this is, watch. Stupid. No back and forth, guys. No up and down. This is as solid as it comes for a knife to reach for and use on an everyday basis. This knife is just the bee's knees of knives when it comes to sub $100 knives, short of another one that I've recently upgraded a model for, but this knife is fantastic. It just does so many things so well, and once again, it disappears in your pocket, and I've just been reaching for that lately. Next on my list, I'm going to upgrade the model because that's where it is. This is my SOG Terminus XRLT in carbon fiber. I'm probably going to be doing a teardown video of this, try to clean up some of them washers, which I'm assuming are washers in there. And these are annoying me because they're freaking spinning. Everything spins when you try to do this. It's all T6, so there's issues with this knife. But once again, it's just in that 3-inch subcategory where it's really good. It's fidgety, right? And once you learn this, it's a push button, and it does this. Let's see if I can get it to do it. Hold on. There's a snap that it gets. It's when it sucks it in perfectly, it makes this whack. You got to get the timing right. Damn it. I can't get it on camera. I was getting it all day today, though. And when it sucks it in perfectly, the momentum, it whacks. And I could tell you, it's whacking, which is another issue. Whacking off. Stop whacking your... God damn it, Bobby. Stop whacking off in the tool shed. All right, so if you guys can see this down here... shit, it's not going to want to focus, is it? You see that white line? That is the blade cutting into the carbon fiber. Did I say this was a perfect knife? Absolutely not. But did I say it's a knife that I reach for quite a bit? Oh yeah. I really, really enjoy the SOG Terminus. Now, it would have been the D2 version, but because I got the upgraded model, this is what's going to go in my pocket much more frequently. This is a SOG Terminus XRLT. It even has carbon fiber frames. It's just a really cool knife. And again, perfect size for EDC. For my EDC. Now, EDC is a term that's defined by you. It's not defined by any of us. It's defined by you. So what is your EDC? Maybe you bring big knives because you need big knives. Maybe you bring big knives because you enjoy bringing big knives. Maybe you bring big knives because you got a small wiener. Whatever the case is, you know, that's your EDC. Yeah, I said it. That's your EDC though, right? So that's your choice. That's your choice in EDC. So this is kind of where I'm leaning. I've gone in such a full circle rotation that it's just kind of odd. You know, you end up finding yourself just coming back to what you enjoy. And this turns out what I really enjoy. So next on the list, we are going to show my Kizer Guru. Now this knife I didn't have much time with because I got this around the same time. Same thing with the SOG Terminus. I got the Terminus and I've just been carrying it pretty much for a week and a half straight. This knife I got when I was doing the 30-day challenge. So I didn't have much time with it, but it is so good. Kizer is such a beast for titanium frame lock S35, titanium frame lock S35 VN, just sub $200 or at the $200 knife or $200 mark. And just like all the others, you got a nice forward finger choil that you can really get in there. The ergonomics are pretty neutral and nice. You got this really good sheep's foot style blade. And if you haven't noticed, drop points are there because drop points are the most common. But like my Penguin, this has the Warncliffe / sheep's foot style blade that I just think is such a workhorse of a knife. This thing is amazing. The action is fun to fidget with. And yeah, I did have to adjust the detent. I did have to adjust some things inside, and I don't care. I got a really good deal on it too, so that's cool. But the Kizer Guru, oh my goodness. They discontinued it, so if you can find it, guys, you will. If you love this style, if you like a titanium frame lock that's relatively neutral looking, decent ergonomics, great action once you let it break in or break it in yourself or adjust the detent. That's all something. Kizer's these do come with a ridiculously strong detent. I would be more than happy to help you. So reach out and we'll get through that strong detent so that you can truly love your design. And again, I said this is in no rhyme or reason. My next knife that I reach for all the time is my Hinderer XM18 skinny sheep's foot. Just ergonomically a beast. Once again, a sheep's foot. The action on phosphor bronze is pretty darn good. It's snappy. It sounds good. I removed the flipper tab on it. I put these new scales on it. I put all this hardware here. I changed out the pocket clip. You guys might think that looks stupid, but it changes the ergonomics completely. It's fantastic. And it is just really, really, really good. I love this knife. This knife is fan-freaking-tastic and probably one of my most cherished knives in my collection. It's my only Hinderer right now. And the only thing that I'm looking towards Hinderer is I want to feel a Jurassic, and I probably want to get, I don't even think they make skinny 3-inch models, but I want to get a 3-inch model. It doesn't have to be a non-flipper, but I will make it into a non-flipper. And it's just, I'm so proud to have this. This is probably my biggest point of pride in my collection. Next on the list, I've been reaching for this quite a bit. This is the Sakshi. And I believe somebody kind of called this like a Savivi, or what do they call it, a Sawiwi or something, right? It's like a mixture between Savivi and Wii. It does have a titanium liner lock. You can reverse flick it. The action is really satisfying. The carbon fiber is beautiful. The blade is ultra thin, ultra slicey, deep carry pocket clip, which they did try to recess, but they didn't go too far because they didn't want to go into the scales. And this blue and black just looks nasty. This thing is awesome. It is a little bit fatter because it's contoured, which makes it comfortable in hand. It's really cool. I don't know if I'm keeping this forever. I didn't intend to originally. I was just getting it for review, and I reach for it a lot. A lot. It is really, really good, especially for the price of like $150. Speaking of a price of $150, let me show you two knives. Now, I'm showing you two because I ended up getting this off of Reddit, the Tonto version of the SIG K320, and the SOG Terminus LTE for such a sick deal. Thank you to the guy on Reddit who gave such a sick deal. I offered him a lowball offer, and I hate doing that. I feel like a slime ball, but I didn't need these. But I just loved both of these models. I'm like, if he takes it, he takes it, and here we go. So I'm going to exclude the Tonto for now. You can already see I've been using quite a bit. I don't know if you guys can tell. There's a lot of marring on the coating, which it's holding up quite nicely, but it is so fidgety. It is probably one of the most comfortable knives that I own in hand. It is really, really good. Thank you to the person who watches the channel who said that, you know, check this out. It's your favorite knife ever and beats all knives out. I don't agree that it beats all knives out, but it comes very, very close to the best bang for your buck for 120 or whatever it's going for, right? S30V, these FRN scales or whatever the hell these scales are made out of, doesn't matter. I don't care. It feels good, and it makes it feel like a knife that you want to just work with. I want to go poof and just bang around with. And yeah, this is one that I reach for quite a bit. Now you guys might be saying, hey, your list is getting pretty long for knives that you reach for quite a bit, considering you had 30 days off and blah, 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 blah. But my point here is that I reach for these. That doesn't mean I carry them all day. It's like I'll grab it and go out and do something. A lot of these smaller knives, like the Benchmade Bugout, the QSP Penguin, and the Terminus, are really the knives that I carry most of the time. But these are all knives that I'm reaching for different tasks. Let me take a quick look into my collection, see if there's anything else that I've been reaching for more than usual. Try and trump this on down. So this is going to make the list, and it just hasn't had time, and we'll probably leave this as the last knife. But this one's awesome. The Berg Blade Slim. If you guys, once again, couldn't tell... oh, sorry about that. You guys can't tell if I don't have a style, right? If I didn't have a style, Wharncliffe or Sheepsfoot, well, there you go. Most of the knives on the table are that. And this little tank is so cool. The one thing that kind of sets it back is it is not slim, you know, so going into like easier pockets isn't that good. This is one of my only bolster lock knives, which is probably my favorite when it comes to locking mechanisms. It's light, but it feels solid. This knife in hand, super comfortable. I broke it in, just, it's so good. Look at that. This thing is so damn good. And I got this as a byproduct of falling in love with the MP EDC's designs to say, hey, you got the thick boy coming. Let me get something that I can compare against the thick boy. Everybody talks about the Berg Blade Slim when you talk about that category, right? Well, I got it and I love it. It is awesome. So I do reach for this to use it, but I don't do it that often because it's so damn new. And obviously you could tell I got way too many knives to the point where you're kind of like, okay, you can't reach for all these and use them all the time because we don't have that many tasks in a day. We're knife guys. We find frickin' tasks, all right? This is the Berg Blade Slim, and it is by far and large one of my favorite knives in my collection. This thing is awesome. Let's zoom out here. Once again, you guys are seeing. Let's get out there so you don't see that ugly. I got the sorry for the adjustments on the fly. There's my Berg Blade Slim. Here is my Hinderer XM18 Skinny Sheep's Foot. This is the wee Sakshi. This is my SOG Terminus XRLT. As a byproduct, this is the crkt Huron. Lucas Burnley Designs. You should be honored to be on this list. All right, here we have the QSP Penguin in titanium, the best version in my opinion. The Kizer Guru, and probably the king of my collection right here, my Benchmade Bugout. We have the SIG in Tonto, which I'm sure will be getting a lot of use. And last but not least, we have the SIG in Drop Point. These are the knives that I reach for the most. It sounds a little redundant and ironic that there's so many, but we all put one down halfway through the day and grab another one if you have the opportunity. It's just what we do. And these are the ones that I'm reaching for. Hope this was entertaining. My name is Tyler. This has been Everyday EDC. You guys stay sharp, stay safe, and have a great freaking rest of your day. Thanks for watching, guys. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. It genuinely means a lot. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment. If you didn't like it, give me some feedback in the comments below and hit the thumbs down button. In case you guys don't know, I do have a Patreon, which will be listed right here. In that Patreon, we're giving bi-monthly giveaways to just the Patreons based on the number of Patreons that we have in the Patreon. We will also be giving discounts on all the knives that I sell based on the number of patrons. My name is Tyler. This is Everyday EDC. You guys stay sharp, stay safe, and have a great day.